Hello, beautiful ones. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. I hope you had anywhere internationally. I hope you had a great weekend as well if you're not in the States and we're celebrating the 4th or the long weekend. I'm coming on this morning because I've got insight to share that you may not be aware of, because our brains are actively repressing being in touch with how much pain we have suffered through, how much trauma we have survived. And I'm coming on because this is one of those awareness moments. If you've been looking for a sign to say, Rebecca, I'm doing all the things, what's wrong with me? Alex K, hello. Muna, hello everyone as you're coming on. Hello, beautiful ones. Hello. I forget to let everybody come on before I start talking. But if you've been saying wrong, what's wrong? Why am I not getting to the thriving side of life? Why do I seem to take one step forward, 2 steps back? Why do I seem to have success in these certain areas and then I'm struggling? There's always a consistent struggle. What is wrong? What is going on? Jasmine, R. Rayford, good morning, good morning, good morning. And this video is your sign. It's your sign that this is going to point you to some things that may not be in your awareness. This may not even be in your awareness. This may not be in your conscious awareness. So I want to take my time this morning because this content is real and it's so necessary, this topic. So for years, going on 15 years, I have held healing classes. Private, personal, group healing classes. I started doing it before I was even married. I was a matchmaker, single, and I began to see just how much people were hurting and that these were at the root issues of relationships and struggles, mental health struggles. I started having healing classes. And in these healing classes, I would walk participants and attendees through a healing process where you are letting go of trapped pain and trauma. You come into the class already prepared to come in and release people, places, and things that God has brought to your awareness that you need to let go of. And in the years, over a decade of conducting these classes, I learned in a much more deeper way that we are all carrying pain and trauma that we're not aware of. All of us. Attendees will consistently say, Rebecca, I didn't even know that I had that inside of me. I didn't know that grief was that deep inside of me. I did not know that I was still carrying that depth of pain until it was time to release it, time to come in and invite God in to these unhealed spaces in my heart, my body, and my mind, that I begin to realize, oh my God, that there was a depth of pain inside that was so repressed that we're not in touch with it. We're not in touch with it. Aaron, we're not in touch with it. Our brains are actively telling us constantly that we're okay, we're fine, you're good, keep it moving, it's over, you can't change it, you've accepted it. But what I've learned is just because you can identify it doesn't mean that it's processed. What does processed mean? When you have emotionally processed the pain and trauma, it means that you can have peace in your body, heart, and mind. Peace. That means that now the behaviors, mindsets, thoughts and feelings, emotions that are connected to that trauma and pain can now heal. Because so much of your current mindset and choices, behavior and thoughts are trauma responses and responses to repressed pain So you're not really in the current moment responding to current situations. Really, there is so much repressed pain and fears that it's affecting your mindset and current behavior. So how is this connected to not thriving? How is this connected? Because pain and trauma, so here's one thing I want to say. Big T trauma is what most people think of when you think of trauma. Life-threatening trauma, violence, right? Violence, near-death experiences, life-altering abuse. But there's a lot of little T traumas, and I've been posting and sharing about it in my reels and my shorts, about big T trauma, little T trauma, and educating on it. Why? Because the pain you keep diminishing, the pain you keep trying to say, Rebecca, I did the work. I read 2 books. I went to 3 therapy sessions. I took 1 healing course and I'm over it. And what I'm saying is you're not. That our brains have a tendency to deny and diminish the impact of these experiences on our lives. And so we try to prescribe a little short prescription and diagnosis, and we're going to prescribe a certain series of actions we're going to take. We're going to give it to God. And then you put the words on it, you put that into effect, and now you think it should be done. And that's just not the way your heart and your mind works. And so we're all walking around so wounded and hurting, and the resultant mindsets, thoughts, feelings, fears is affecting how you connect, how you believe, how you show up. It's affecting your faith in God, your faith in yourself. It's affecting your interactions with other people, your peopling. It's affecting trust issues, which affects the depth of your connection with others and even affecting how you trust yourself. I've seen it firsthand. I've been doing these classes and courses for so many years. Any of you who have taken my courses know you get into my courses and yeah, it's about getting a certain result, but we're doing the work inside of my courses to heal. Mind, body, spirit. So this message this morning is a reminder that you have unhealed pain. You have unhealed trauma, unprocessed emotions and pain. And if you keep diminishing it and denying it, you can't heal it. You can't heal it if you keep denying it. My healing classes are called Soul Therapy. I gave it a new name this year. Nancy, it is a safe space. That's my goal, is to create a safe space in this chaotic world. The next Soul Therapy session is July 26th. Soul Therapy. Nancy, thank you. Soul Therapy, the next session is July 26th. The link is in my bio. There's only 10 spots in that class. If you know that you need a safe space to be able to invite God into some of the hurting spaces, make sure you're in that class. Make sure you're in that session with me. It's a very small group, only 10. I'll also have some free classes coming up where I'm going to start teaching more on trauma and healing and what you need to be doing to make sure that you're beginning to move and clean out all of these spaces in your soul, to begin to clean it up, right? I had someone tell me they did therapy for a year but was crying in my ear so loud. I told her it was not enough. Not enough. Chocolate Stripes, how to sign up to your classes. The link is coming up. July 26th, the class starts at 11 a.m. It's a 3-hour healing experience, Nancy, here in Atlanta. In person. It's in person, guys. It's in person. So you're going to have to come to Atlanta. If you're not in Atlanta, come down and come join that very small healing experience. Okay, that's soul therapy. The classes, Chocolate Stripes, are coming up. There'll be links inside of everything that I post in my bio and links under the videos in order to get into the free classes as well. Alex K, listen, 1 year of therapy, this is what I explained one time. So I'll give an example. Those of you who have followed me for years know that my entire immediate family has passed away. My mom, my dad, my sister. My sister died when I was 10 years old. She was 18. She died in a car accident. My mom died in 2013. My father died in 2017. And this has left a void in my life. I have a death wound. I have this abandonment and loss. Right? Loss of family. It's an adult orphan syndrome. And this year and last year, Nancy says, I don't have family either. They died. I'm alone. We have that in common, Nancy. And God, through a series of events, I've done so much therapy, Nancy. I've processed, I've done healing letters, and all my healing work I do constantly. Every quarter I take a healing course. I put myself through a healing boot camp. I'm always ongoing healing because it's an ongoing process, guys. And God brought to my attention that I had diminished, right? How much of a loss this was in my life. And that it was affecting how I show up in current relationships. It was affecting friendships. This orphan syndrome was still affecting my connection with others. I was still seeking family connections with friends. And then when they don't act like family, I'm so hurt and devastated. When they don't act like family, because subconsciously I'm looking for family inside of friendships because I don't have family. And so this subconscious programming was causing me to search for something and reach for something, or to create something or set expectations of others that were not realistic. But then I'm so hurt when others don't show up for me and meet those expectations, versus accepting people for who they are and putting them in their rightful categories and places in my life. And then Carrie went through a little bit of a health scare up and down. He says it's not a health scare. I call it a health scare. I ended up triggered so bad at the thought of losing my husband, because the wounds from losing my entire family caused me to be terrified of losing anyone close to me. The thought of losing him triggered this deep wound, and I was freaking out. And so I went through another process of cathartic release and grieving, because there was a deeper level to the grief that I needed to hold space and grace for myself. Ronald says, to have a strange family is like not having family. Yes, Ronald. The loss of friends and family, the loss of that relationship or marriage that you thought was forever. Nancy, I understand completely. Completely. When I met my husband, Nancy, he has this big family. I didn't realize. My son just called me and kicked me off for a second. I forgot to turn on I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. My son just called me. When I met my husband, Nancy, I didn't realize that subconsciously I looked at, he had all these brothers and sisters and family, and I thought, family, I'm marrying into this family. It was one of these subconscious perks that I thought I was getting. I didn't realize it was part of my subconscious thinking. And then I marry into this whole family that's got all their own issues and struggles and and it's not meeting my expectations. And I'm disappointed, and I'm so deeply hurt, and I'm so wounded again, because I'm looking for family, because this loss of family wound that I didn't realize was so deep. Nancy, I understand. And so soul therapy, make sure you sign up for the next session. It's a 3-hour healing experience if you know you need to invite God into some of these unhealed spaces. But this is the message today and the reminder that there is unprocessed pain, unprocessed trauma. If you feel like you're out of touch with your emotions, this is your reminder that you're responsible to process your emotions, to feel your feelings and sit in those feelings and be able to invite God into those spaces. So if you know you need an actual process and you need help, make sure you sign up for soul therapy with me so I could be your guide in that healing process and teach you techniques on how to go back in. Yeah. Nancy says, I'm very out of touch. I just walk around anxious. That anxiety that I felt after my mom died, I carried that for years, Nancy. And it got infused into my work, my purpose. It was inside of everything I was doing. Nancy, I'll put a link in this video as soon as I get done. There's a link in my bio also, but I'll put the link in this video. And listen, guys, it wasn't until I realized in business that I wasn't getting the results that I really wanted because there wasn't peace. I was really just, my soul needed peace. I needed peace. No matter how much money I made, no matter how, I have a loving, wonderful husband and wonderful kids and God, but where was my peace? Where was this deep peace? And I wanted more ease and flow in my life and more softness in my life. I wanted to be able to show up more authentic, and I wanted to be able to slow down. And I just realized it was me. It was me, the anxiety that was being infused into my relationships, my friendships, my business, that God was calling me into a deeper level of healing, a deeper level of surrender, a deeper level of vulnerability and honesty so that I could reach a deeper level of peace and love. Not just for others, but for me. For me, so that I could attract more aligned friendships, so that I could have a deeper love with my husband, a deeper connection with my sons and my children and my grandchildren, so that I could thrive. Thrive. That's what God was working out. So I could thrive, so I could show up for you guys, and as an extension, sow that into your lives. But if I'm the first partaker, you're the first partaker of your own healing. Everyone else just gets the benefits, the overflow. So I love you guys. I'm going to put together our first free class. I'm probably going to launch it soon, guys, so we can be in class this week. Soul therapy's coming up, the next session. I think they already started selling, guys, so there's not going to be that many spots left after this week because there's only 10 spots. But I'll offer the next session. I love you guys. Make sure you claim your spot. Make sure you stay tuned for the classes so you stay on my newsletter list. Get on my newsletter list. If you sign up for any of my free classes that are already over there, you'll automatically get notifications and emails for the new classes that get released. I love you. If nobody's told you today, I love you. I'm praying for you, praying for all of us, praying for the world. I'm praying for our collective healing, collective peace, joy, bliss. Mwah. Alex K, mwah. I love you too. God is good. God is love. Love. Love, 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 love. And the more we lean into love and hold space and grace for love for ourselves and for others, the closer we are to God and the living God that is inside all of us. The more we lean into love, the more we are connected to the divine. I hope this reaches who it's intended for. Mwah. Felipe, love you. Thank you, guys. Blessings. Okay, click the link. Make sure you get your spots. And I'll be back with our new free class. Mwah. Tukoi. Mwah. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.